Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Delisa Robinson, the real estate diva. Tonight, we're going to be talking about building lists with PropStream. And I was having some technical difficulties. I'm still having them a little bit. So we're going to this party started because it's time. So if you are interested in, we're going to be talking, like I said, we're going to be talking about building lists with PropStream. So when I tell you the list, if you want to see my Lisa Robinson, the real estate diva, tonight we're going to be talking about. Hold on one second because I'm going to hear myself twice. And I was having some technical difficulties. That's how you do that. All right. So if you want to see my screen, hop on over to YouTube. It is Delisa Robinson, the real estate diva. If you want to go on YouTube, we are live on YouTube as well. I'm going to flip my screen around so you can actually see what I see and go into what I'm going into. See, there it is. Y'all see me. Let me get this set up the right way. You can also see my phone in a way too, but for the most part, in the meantime and in between time, we have to get this party started because I'm already late. So let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm telling y'all, this computer do not want to work with me today. So let me just figure this out real quick because I can't see around this phone. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, wait, that was it. There we go. I don't need y'all seeing all my other stuff, but here we go. So we are already signed into PropStream. Like I said, you're not going to be able to see my full screen, but if you want to, you can join me on YouTube and you'll be able to see everything. So tonight we're going to be looking at this from this standpoint, this vantage point. Okay. So what we're going to go over tonight is basic searches. I'm going to be doing this for the rest of the weekend, over the weekend, and probably into like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And I'm going to show you guys some different searches. I'm going to go over some things that you need to know on PropStream. And we're going to build a list. Now, the first list that for those of you who don't know, I am a wholesaler. I am a real estate broker. I use PropStream for both my businesses. Not just wholesaling. I use this for my listings. I use this to find buyers. I use this technique for a lot of different reasons. So I have been in this business now for 25 years. I've been using PropStream now for about 6 years, maybe 6 years. Yeah, somewhere in there, maybe 5 years. And it has been a game changer for me. Not only do I use PropStream, I also use the app, which I have a video out there somewhere floating around. I don't know if I posted it or not yet, teaching you how to use the PropStream app as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a quick overview of what you're looking at. And then I'll be able to give you guys more of what it is. Okay. Oh, no, don't do that. Go back. All right. So when right here is the MLS, pre-foreclosures, auctions, bank owned. MLS is multiple listing service. That is where, if I turn this way a little bit, you'll be able to see it. The MLS is multiple listing service. That's what real estate agents usually have access to. Then we can go into pre-foreclosures. It's just that this is where they're still with the homeowner. Auctions, they are no longer with the homeowner. They're getting ready to go to the auction. Bank owned, they've been foreclosed at the bank. This tells you how many transactions have been bought by cash buyers. If they have a lien, it'll show here. If they're vacant, it'll show here. And if they have high equity, meaning you might be able to get some equity out of this or purchase for equity or explain to them how they can pull the equity out of their home to do other things with it. So there's a lot of things on here. And you can also do all searches, okay? Here is where you put your county, the city, the zip code, or if you know the parcel number, you can put that in here too. So we are going to do and just an area that I'm actually familiar with. So we'll start with Buffalo, New York. Why not? I'm here. You guys will see in a minute. And it comes right up. And you'll see what's going to be in here. If you're just joining me, if you're joining me on YouTube, if you're just joining me here on Instagram, we are going over building lists with PropStream. So today I'm going to give you the overview of what PropStream does. I'm going to show you a little, and I'm going to show you some basic searches that are pretty common to a lot of people, but you'll see how this can help you. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you can build that list and what you can do with it. Okay. So there's 611 properties listed under Buffalo, New York on the MLS. That means they're for sale, listed with a real estate agent. There are 197 that are in pre-foreclosure. None of them are at the auction status yet. 259 are owned by the bank. We have 33,050 properties that have been purchased for cash. 5,985 liens, 4,124 are vacant, and 167,377 have high equity. Okay, now for those of you who are just joining me, I am live streaming on YouTube where you can actually see my full screen, because on Instagram, you can only see it a little bit, because if I turn my screen sideways, let's see what work. If I turn it sideways, y'all probably gonna see it like, can y'all see that? And then it's gonna, then when I post it later, it's gonna be this way. So just so you guys know, but that's why we can't, because then it films sideways. Okay, now, so if you want to join me, it's Delisa Robinson, the Real Estate Diva, and I am on YouTube. So what we're doing is this. So you have 202,197 properties, just saying Buffalo, New York. Okay, and these are just a quick whip through. Now, here's where you filter, because you don't want to call all 202,000 properties. So you want to go here. Now I'm going to show you the quick list option first. Dropbox, please. Are they on the market? Some people like to wholesale properties that are on the market. Are they vacant? Do they have liens, pre-foreclosures, auctions, bank-owned, cash buyers, high equity, free and clear, bankruptcy, divorce, tax delinquents, flippers, failed listings, that's your expireds, senior owners, that's a good list to have, vacant land, tired landlords, zombie properties, that's my favorite, and pre-probate. These are where the owners are deceased. And we talked about probates last week and a little bit this week, where I went over the whole probate process for you guys. Those videos are still up. You can go back and check those out. Now, let's do vacant. Now, if I click this, it won't take my filter out. That 202 went down to 4,124, which also matches this. Could I have just done this and clicked right there? Yeah, I would have got the same properties. But not only do I want them vacant, but I only want here. If you go into here, you see the characteristics. I only want residential properties that are vacant. Now, if I go over here and take that down, it drops down to 3,000. See, it drops down to 3,224. Well, let's go back up into my filter again. I want just single families because I'm looking for flips, or just multi-families because I want 2 to 4 units, because that's what my clients are looking for right now. Now I have 694. Now, if I go here, you guys can see that on Instagram. And if you see that, you can see different areas. This house right here has been vacant for years. I know it. I've been through it multiple times with different clients and myself. And I'm telling you now, it's on my list of houses that I want to flip and rebuild. It is, because it's a gorgeous house. So But you see here, they're saying it's $134,000 in equity. That houses in this neighborhood, it has 7 bedrooms, 3 baths. This, because this is a triplex. And if you see right here, it's 3 units. This is a 3-unit house. Guess what? I have a client looking for a 3-unit right now, and he's a contractor, so he may want this. The problem is the owner wants too much for it. That's the reason why we haven't had it. If you're just joining me on Instagram, you can pull up on me on YouTube and you can see my full screen. We are talking about building lists on PropStream. So if I want to go back into this filter here, give my filter back. And I want we already got vacant. We already got residential. We want 2 to 4 families. Guess what else I want? I want the owner's information, right? But I want the owner to just be individuals, no LLCs, no mix, no trust, nothing, just the individuals. So I'll pull that. And guess what? Now I have 526. And you see that house that I showed you guys, it's gone. Why? Because the owner has that in an LLC. But you can see all of these properties over here that are just vacant. And they're decent areas. And I'm going to work the heck out of this list. I'm going to be honest with you. So now that I have this list, right? What I would do is I would go over here and I would save my search. I could save this search if I want, or I can add to a list. Can you guys see that on Instagram where it says add to my list? What I'm going to do is create a new list. And this is I'll just name it today's date, March 30th, 2023. And I'll put my name on it because sometimes I build lists for my students too. So I have to put my name on it. So this is mine. So now I can close this. And what I'll do now is I'll go over here, turn this. I really hate that you guys can't see this the way you're supposed to. And it's my properties. And it's all the lists that I've ever created. And that one was named March. So we'll go here. Now, here's my list. Now, if I want to export this, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to hit export. I'm just going to go ahead and export this just to show you guys how it looks. 526 properties have been exported. On PropStream, you get 10,000 properties that you can pull and export per month. So you have 9,694, which means on Saturday, I'm going to get 10,000 more. So of course, I'm getting ready to pull a huge list now, and then I'm going to pull a huge list on Saturday. And then I'm going to send this huge list over to my skip tracer. Okay. Then I close it. Now what happens now is they're going to email me this list in a CSV format, and then I'll just send it over to my skip tracer and he'll skip trace it and send it back to me within 24 to 48 hours. And then I send it over to the VA and they start making phone calls on it. That's how that works. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to making some lists. I don't know why I'm on time. Y'all don't want to see me. Hide me in a corner somewhere. Okay. So now I want to go in here and I want to reset this list. So that's one list we can build. You can also go down here too. If you guys have lists that you want me to pull on Instagram or YouTube, let me know and I'll pull it. So say I want to just say, oh, you know what? I want to go and see flippers. Why do I want flippers? Because then I'll know where people are buying, where people are flipping, where they're renovating, or the the crazy buzzword that nobody likes to say, gentrifying. You can go senior owners. These are people who have lived in their homes forever. And I still want the same thing. Now, senior owners in the city of Buffalo, there's 43,000 people. Senior owners are going to be your people that are in their 60s and up. Okay. All of these houses are your senior owners. So now let's go here. Back to property characteristics, right? And I still want a residential. And I still want, like this time I want a single family homes. I want a single family. And we're gonna go here. Now, see how that went down to 30,000? It's still a lot. So what we'll do is we'll go back into this and I'll go down to the owners. And I want people own their homes. See that? You can put how many minimum years. I want people who own their homes for 20 years or more. They're senior owners. I want 20 years or more. Why? Because they've raised their families. They're ready to move. They want to get out of this house. They want to go south with their kids. You see how it went down to 12,000? You see that? Went down to 12,000. You see those estimated loan balances? 0. These are the people that want to sell. They want to cash out on their home. They want to get the most value for it. And a lot of these homes are, a lot of these homes based on what I'm doing. Because like I said, I use this for both my on the market deals, which is retail, and my off market deals, which would be wholesaling. Okay. So when I do this, I'm going to go back up here. And I'm going to go back to ownership. Not only do I want to make sure they've owned it for at least 20 years, I want them to have more than one property. So they have to have at least 2 properties. And you see how in the middle, all of my criteria is there, and I can click this out. Now, this is a good list, 2,994. This is a good list to send to a skip tracer. So that this is a good list to pull for both. Look at this, $719,000 in equity. They might want to sell this house. This one has $97,000 in equity. This one, Westchester Boulevard, $231,000. So you want to look at these, and then you might even want to take that down a little further and say, you know what? I want them all free and clear. I want to make sure they've owned the properties since they have to have owned these properties. I want them to have owned the properties at least 5 years. So that would take me to 2018. And we'll say March 1st. So they're saying none of these people, none of these old people have bought these houses since then. So go back in here. And here you go here. Oh, it says or later. I want it before. That's why I did it wrong. Sorry. Oh, the ownership. You can do it here. Oop. Oh, we said 20 years. We don't need to put that in there. Sorry. Number of properties owned, absentee location. You can have it where you want them vacant. You can add vacant to this. There's only 67, so that's not a good one to pull. So you go right in here and you take vacant right out of there. Or maybe you just don't want them owner occupied. And if they're not owner occupied, there's 722 that are not owner occupied. That means these are rental properties. Okay, so that means you can go in here and see if they want to sell these properties. Sorry guys, I forgot to put my do not disturb on. So you see this? These are all rental properties, 722. So for me, That's another good list. And I can go over here, add to the list. And what list am I going to add them to? I'm going to drop down, scroll up, boom, 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 boom. And I'm going to go to March. I want to add them to that list. Now, when I go back to my list over here and I go back to my properties, I hope you guys can see this. You guys, if you can see this and you're getting something out of it, put the number 1 in the comments. Just want to see make sure I'm just not talking to myself. If you're on Instagram and you can see this. So now I see here, now it's increased to 1,248. So now I have all of these properties on here as well. And let's be honest, these might be multiple, might be some of the same properties because it's the same city. So you want to do your different searches. And I don't want to make it so that this, I know this is dry content and is very boring, but this is how you have to do it. Look at this. 11 of these houses are on the market. 5 of them just sold. So it tells you that right here. Boom. So you might even want to go back to your search, and go into the filter. And when it goes to MLS status, you want, no, I don't want them on the market. Now, if they're not on the market, see how that goes down to 718. Here went down to 718. So that's how you use PropStream to do a basic search for, what's our search here? We have not owner occupied. So that means no owner occupancy, senior owners, residential, they're single family homes. They're not on the market. They've been owned by this person for 20 or more years. And that person owns more than 2 properties. So 9 times out of 10, they're an investor. So let's look at this one. And now down here, it says property details, MLS details, comparables. That's where you get comps. Tax information tells you how much they pay in taxes. Linked properties. This is where you can see all the properties that they own. So this person owns the home that they live in and this rental property. And they've owned both of them for more than 10 years. So they might be ready to get rid of both of these properties at this point. You know, you never know. So that's why you want to look at it and do it this way. And just go ahead and click that off. Or you want to go this one, 104 East Ferry Street. And it tells you who owns it, where they own it. You go back to their linked properties again to see how many they own. He only owns 2 properties. And one is on East Ferry, one is on Maston. He's owned one for only 5 years. So he just bought this one on Maston 5 years ago. So he might be he might be an investor. He still owes money on this property. And then he's owned this one for 26 years. This more than likely is where he lives, or it's a family house. Okay. And at the top, it says how many they own, how many open loans they have, what's the total estimated value of their portfolio. And this is the equity that's available in their portfolio. Okay. Now I see some new people just joining me on Instagram. I'm going to say this again. If you're just joining me on Instagram and you want to see this fully to its full capacity, you can see exactly where I am. I'm going to tell you to go on YouTube, go to YouTube and click on the Real Estate Diva, Lisa Robinson, the Real Estate Diva. That's where you can go to get the full, see the full screen. All right. Okay. Now, so we've done Buffalo. Let's do Cleveland, because y'all love Cleveland. And now look at this. Watch, I want to show you guys. Once you do Cleveland, that same exact search stays in there. All I did was change the city. So if I'm doing, say I want to do this for multiple people in my coaching program, I give out in my boot camp, I do 200 for each person. So if I have multiple people in multiple markets, this comes in handy where I could just send it over. Okay, so this is how that works. So now this is the same list in Cleveland, but watch this. When you go to their linked properties, he only owns 2. He doesn't own any loans. They're worth $395,000. The equity, because he doesn't own any loans, the equity is the same as the estimated value of the portfolio. And you can look right down here. And it tells you, like when they say primary property, 9 times out of 10, this is where they live. And he's been living there for 34 years. And he's owned this other house. If you didn't see that, he's owned this house for 48 years. So yeah, he might be ready to sell. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, make sure you put them in the chat. I am going to, this is Zoom. Yeah, that's Zoom. So I'm gonna make that smaller, but I do need to go to YouTube and make sure. Now let's see, do we have any questions over here? Oh no, you guys should be seeing the screen. You guys see my screen? They're saying they can't see my screen on Zoom. Let's see. On YouTube. Yeah, it's shown on YouTube. I do share. Oh, that's why. Sorry. Y'all gonna be so mad. Now you should be able to see it. Sorry about that. I've just been going on and on and on too, but I got to go back through the same stuff again. So we'll get it. Do you guys have any questions so far regarding how to search, do basic searches? A basic search. So we're not going to be on here long because we are going to be on here tomorrow with another search. I'll be on earlier tomorrow because I have a lot to do. So we're going to reset this search. And this time we want owner occupied? No. But do we care if they're vacant? Maybe this time our person is looking for rental properties. You guys see that? So this time we're looking for rental properties and we still want residential. And we want multifamilies only. And then we go down here to the ownership and we want individuals, no corporations. See how that works? So if you are on here, so then it summarizes right here, guys. Occupied? No. Is it owner occupied? No. Is it occupied? We don't care if it's occupied or not. Property classification, residential. Property type, multifamily, 2 to 4. Owner type, individual. So then we'll go over here and click this off. And this is our new search. Now here's where you can go into ownership and you want them to have number of properties owned, at least, let's say 4 properties this time. Now you have 3,012. So now let's take Dudley Street, this first one, and I want to go down here. Remember how we said it before? You got property details here, cash sale, MLS details, comparable listings, tax information, linked properties. Now, look at this. This person owns 15 properties. They have total loans outstanding, 114,904. Their estimated portfolio balance value, 1.5 million, because you got to round that up. So it's $1,471,957. And then their equity is this minus this equals this. Okay, that's what equity is. Your value minus what's owed is equity. And then you just go down here, you can see all the properties that they own in Cleveland. Then take note when you do this, when's the last time they bought a property? So you can go ownership link. 2 years ago, they bought property. This was just 2 years ago. So you know they're buying. If it's a good deal, they'll probably buy it. But guess where? Look where they bought the property at. Florida. But they own all these properties in Ohio. More than likely, your people live in Florida. Or they bought these for rent, vacation homes. So there might be snowbirds where they go to Cleveland in the summer and Florida in the winter. All right. Now, we are going to stop there for the day, only because, I'm gonna be honest, my phone's about to die. So we're gonna stop there. I'm gonna come back tomorrow afternoon, probably like around 2-ish Eastern time, which would be 1 o'clock Central and 11 a.m. on the West Coast. I'm gonna come back then. We're gonna talk more about these particular Hi. We're going to talk some more about this because I want you guys to understand how to use PropStream. Now, if you're interested in using PropStream, whether you're a real estate agent, a wholesaler, or just a real estate investor who wants to find their own deals and you want to look and see what it is, you can click the link in my bio and get the 7-day free trial. Click the link in my bio, go under tools, and the 7-day free trial for PropStream is there if you're interested in joining this. I am going to get ready to go take a shower and go to bed because it's been a long day for your girl. And I've been arguing with tenants all day and stuff like that too. So whatever it is, whatever we do, this is how it works. So I want you guys to know this. We are going to be in this series for a minute because I want you guys to understand how to use PropStream. I'm also going to bring in and compare it to some other systems that use this. Now, what I want you guys to understand, and I want you guys to hear me now and hear me loud, PropStream may not be the one for you. Deal Machine might be the one for you, or there's some others that you can look into. Tomorrow, I'm also going to show you what to do if you can't afford your own skip tracer. I'm going to show you how to skip these properties yourself. Okay. All right. So remember what I always tell you guys, you can choose to be anything you want in this world. I just hope you choose to be kind, because at some point in your life, someone was kind to you. And it's always good to pay kindness forward. We will go over it. I'll be on again tomorrow, and we'll be talking more about building lists with PropStream. We're going to go through some other lists, and I'm going to show you how to find cash buyers as well. All right. I will talk to you soon. Have a great night, and God bless. Mwah.